All right, this is first time I've really tried doing this. I'm going to try and show you how to create a video using an editor with my shaky camera hand here, and we'll see how that goes. So here's where I keep my files. I do it like this, where I've got my disk drive, and then I have it all divided out. I have a raw video folder, Whitestone Journal, and then phone upload. So the ones I make on my phone, I put here. And I'm going to take this one here first. I guess I should expand that so you can see it better. There you go. So I'm going to take this one that's highlighted. So the first thing I do here, whoops, sorry, is I'm going to start up Sony Vegas. They call it Movie Studio Platinum now. This is version 12. I need to upgrade and get something better. Do I want to restore? No, that's just because I had some other problem. So I'm going to create a new one, and I'm using the Blu-ray disc. Okay, I'm going to stop this just for a second because I have to fill this in and I only have one hand available. Well, I should have shown you when I typed it in, but if you look right here, I've put in the name. This one's Gift of Life Part 1. And I don't have any files in here yet, though. So what I have to do now is come back over to here. Let me do that. Okay, so here's my... This is really hard to do with one hand. I've renamed it actually so I can get so I can organize my stuff better. I'm going to drag that up. I drag it into here, and there it is. Now, if I have titles or anything else, I might drag some other stuff in there. And then once I've got that, I'm going to actually just drag it down here. This is the simplest way to do it. Now, I'm going to scroll using the wheel. And when I do that, you'll see that it pulls everything in. When I pull the wheel toward me, it's pulling everything closer. When I push the wheel away, it pushes it out. You can see the sound, the waves on the sound go farther out or get compressed in until you can't even really see what's going on. So this is my whole video right here, and I want to chop off the beginning and the end of it to get it right. Here's my preview window over here, my lovely face. And if you look on here, this is what I put in the other audio. Now right now the video is in this text thing, but that's where I put my titles when I use them. Video overlay is where I put scenes from movies if I use them. So I'm going to swing this down, put it right there, and when I did that, it skipped, the audio skipped down because there's that's where the first sound piece was. So I'm going to bring that up so that they're all together. This is my sound effects, which is not great. I should be putting it in sound, you know. If I do that, can I do that? Yes, I can. So I put the sound up here. Okay, this is the best way to organize it. Then I can put sound effects and music in here if I ever do that, which I don't. I could just get rid of these, but that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is find the point on here where I want to actually really start it. And I'm going to use the arrow keys to slide the cursor back and forth and find the right place. When I do that and I look at the preview window, it moves. I can't play the audio for you because I don't have it out on speakers. I'm using headphones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go find the place where I want to make the cut, and then I'll continue. All right, I found the place where I want to cut. So you can see the cursor flashing right there. If you look at the audio portion, you can see that it gets a lot bigger right after the cursor, and that's because that's the point where I start talking. Before that, it's just road noises and stuff. I'm going to hit S on the keyboard and then take a look at the difference. Okay, when I do that, you see that it makes these little marks right in here, and now it's been split. So I'm going to select that, hit the delete key, and that just took away the beginning parts that I didn't want. Then I'm going to slide this back. Okay, so at this point I'm going to slide the cursor back, and then I'm going to play it forward until I get to where I want to either make a cut or where I want to end it. All right, I found a place here where I just did that, and if you look at the sound, you can see, by the way, those bumps that are there are the windshield wipers making noise. There's probably a way to get rid of that, but that's the way it goes. So I'm going to cut it here, or split it with the S key. And then I'm going to move the cursor over to the point where I talk again. It's very hard to hold the camera in this position. I'm holding it from the very end of the camera, and this is not my best piece of work here. I'm sorry, but that's good. Let's see. I really should have put this on a tripod, but I'm going in and out. That's why I didn't do that. Now, if you notice the cursor, I come over, I pick that. Yeah, that worked. Delete. Drag it over. By the way, you'll notice that the audio moves with it when I do that. I have the audio and the video. By default, it groups together and moves together. What I'm not showing you here is that for the videos that I make not in the car, I record the audio using a separate microphone, and on the Mac and everything with a separate sound system. So when I do that, the soundtrack's on a separate piece, and I don't do these kind of cuts, or if I do, I have to regroup it to cut it. I don't usually use the audio from this camera. I hope it sounds okay now, but a lot of the time it doesn't really work out as well as I might hope. The camera has some weird noises that come out of it because of a little motor that's in there that's supposed to keep it from shaking, but I am so shaky that it still shakes anyway. So let me go back now and see if I can finish the rest of the cuts. I promise if I do that class, it's going to be a whole lot more organized than this. This is just crazy holding it with one hand. All right, I'm just going to put some text in here because I think that'll be interesting. So you see my preview screen there. So I'm going to right-click with my mouse, come down here and look for Insert Text Media. So now after I do that, this appears. If you look on the preview picture, the preview video, it's on there. So now I'm going to type stuff into here, and I'll show you that. Like I said, I can't do it with one hand here. So I'm going to type my stuff in there, and then I'll come back and show you how I get all that arranged. I hope it's funny, actually. All right, I went off topic on the video I was doing, and instead of cutting that out, I'm going to do this and be weird. I've set the text color here. I had to click this to get the color to show up. And then I put an animation in, which is called an action flip. So we'll see how that ends up looking. And then let's see, we've got advanced, I don't know what's in there. Yeah, some stuff. I was going to make it blink, and then that didn't really work out, but that's some of the other features that are in there. You can do a lot with this. I don't get that creative, but I do use a few things, and sometimes I use the animation. Now I'm going to go back over here and run the video. Hang on a second. Let me just get this a little farther ahead. Oh, no. Okay, I just messed up. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to hit play, and you're going to see the animation. And there it goes. Okay? Something like that. So now I'm going to continue editing. All right, since I took a digression around Mandelbrot sets, the Fibonacci and all that kind of stuff that I hardly even remember anymore, I picked up some pictures. I'm going to add those in so you can see how to put still pictures into it. So I dragged it up here, dropped them in there. Now I'm going to minimize this, and I am going to drag those into the video overlay section. Now in yours, if you don't have that video overlay section, you can make it, you can create those and stuff. So I'm going to drag it into the video overlay section, and then I'm going to take another one that I like and add it to it like that. And then I think I'm going to create a, I don't know, am I going to do a transition or what? I think maybe I'll do a transition just so I can show you that. So what we'll do is we'll do a dissolve, just a plain old dissolve. And let's see, default there, that's good enough. So I'm going to drag that onto here. Uh-oh, I forgot what I have to do here. I'm going to close that. The dissolve is in place. And then I'm going to do the dissolve again. Drag it to the end over here. and then I just close the window. Okay, now let's see how that looks. So I'm going to come up to the preview, and oops, sorry, I'm doing this all one-handed. That's what it looks like. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and then I'll come back.